Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Salesforce Musketeer. My name is Nikhil, and in this video we will see how we can use CometD to subscribe platform events. And we will use Java programming IDE clips where we will use CometD libraries to subscribe platform events. Before we try to understand what is CometD, we need to understand what a protocol CometD uses. So it uses BIX protocol, and this protocol is used for transporting asynchronous messages over a web protocol such as HTTP and WebSocket with low latency between a web server and web client. When I say low latency, first we need to understand what latency means. So latency basically is the time it takes for data to pass from one location on a network to another location in a network. For example, server A is in New York, which sends data packet to server B in the London. And suppose at 8 a.m. we sent a packet from New York to a server B in the London, and it receives at 800.02 seconds. So it takes fraction of seconds to receive there. And if that server had been in India, which is far from New York, so it might take few fraction of seconds more. So this amount of time which it takes for a packet to be sent from one location to another is known as latency. So BX tries to keep the latency low, which is good, which means the results will be faster, and that's the purpose that what we want to have, that to have the packet received or the messages received as fast as we can. So the primary purpose of BX is to support responsive bidirectional interaction between web client, for example using AJAX, and the web server. So it says their purpose is to use AJAX when we talk between web clients and the server. AJAX means asynchronous JavaScript. So in a web page, if we consider the web page as a multiple components, when we open any web page, it's not just one component which we see. It's the combination of lot of components. And sometimes what happens, instead of refreshing the whole web page, we just send a small component data to the server, and in return we will just receive a part of that we'll just receive that component information back and refresh only a small part of website. So for example, if we have a stock website for stock tradings, and we want only a small part of component to be refreshed with the current rate of the stock, then we will not keep refreshing the website to get us the current rate of the stocks. We will just send only the information related to that component where we show the stock prices, and that will come back with the uh, latest price, and only that small portion will be refreshed. So that is AJAX, and that is being supported by BX protocol. So here we see delivery of asynchronous message from server to web client is often described as a server push. The combination of server push technique with an AJAX application has been called Comet. So by this we have understood what Comet is by this definition, which means that a asynchronous message is sent from server to web client, and it's a server push. That client is not trying to pull whenever the information is changed. Here the server pushes only a portion of the component and an asynchronous message. So this combination is known as Comet. Now what is CometD? CometD is a project to provide implementation of BS protocol in several programming language. So if to implement this asynchronous message from a server side push, and using with a Ajax web application, we need a libraries, a project which is known as CometD. So let's see what CometD means as per the definition. It's a scalable web event routing bus that allow you to write low latency server-side event-driven web application. Typical example of such application are stock trading application, web chat application, online games, and monitoring consoles. So this is what I explained in the previous slide. So it's a scalable web routing bus that allow you to write low latency server-side event-driven web application. The CometD project provides Java and JavaScript libraries that allow you to write low latency server-side event-driven application in simple and portable way. Basically, there are some JavaScript libraries which you just have to import in your, for example, Java application, .NET application, and you have to just use the classes and the methods by just providing login details and ID. It will log into your Salesforce, and then you can try and you can provide which platform event you want to subscribe or which notification event you want to subscribe. You'll just provide the name and it will start subscribing. So that JavaScript library will do all the work for you. So all you need to do is concentrate on the business side of application rather than worrying about low latency details such as transport, the scalability. So this library will take care of everything in the background, connecting as well as subscribing. All you need to do is pass the event name. Now when you try to learn CometD on the documents, you will also see long polling. So you may be wondering what is that? What does that mean? So let's see what definition says first. Long polling, also called programming, allows emulation of an information pushing from a server to a client. Similar to a normal poll, the client connects and requests information from the server. However, instead of sending an empty response if a client information is not available, the server holds the request and wait until information is available. The server then sends a complete response to the client. So what happens in normal polling is the client will keep on sending the request, and if the request is changed or something, then server side, regardless of information is changed on the server side or not, the server will keep responding to the client's request. So that's how listening happens. So client is sending a request, anything changed, server says nothing is changed, that will send. If something is changed, then it will send that information. But that is a normal polling. Here in long polling, what happens is client sends a request, server will not respond until there's a response or there's a information to be sent. They will not send any empty response. So that's why it is known as sender push. It's not a pull. Client continually maintains a connection to the server, so it always waiting to receive a response. In case of server timeout, the client connects again and start over. So through these CometD libraries, we establish a connection, and that connection is maintained. If the connection somehow is timed out, then it tries again and maintains the connection again. Now, what is EMP API? I think to use CometD, and we also need to understand what EMP API means. So EMP connector is a thin wrapper around CometD libraries. It hides the complexity of creating CometD client and subscribing to streaming API in Java. The CometD based subscription mechanism in EMP connector can receive any type of Salesforce event. Just pass in the channel name of the desired event. For example, the event that EMP connector provide include platform event, change data capture, push topic, generic events. So these are some streaming API events. So CometD is a JavaScript library, but on the top of that, we also have an EMP connector, which is also a class under which we are using CometD libraries. So it makes the use of CometD easy. For example, in Salesforce provide EMP API in LWC. You import that, and then it starts, and you just provide the information what event you want to listen to, subscribe to, and then EMP API will do all your work in the background. So similarly, in this demo, we will use Java application. We will use EMP connector, or I'll say EMP classes, that will use CometD to subscribe to a platform event in Salesforce. And any changes happen on Salesforce, and any event that has been pushed from Salesforce to Java, that Java will which is subscribing to that platform event, will receive the response, and I'll show you that in the demo. So I went to setup, and just wrote platform event and I clicked on platform event. So what we are trying to do is whenever any account is created or edited, I want to send that account name to the Java application. I'll say so uh, on this platform event, I'll just give the name account info. And I'll click on save. Now I will create a field in this platform event for sending the name. I'll click on next. Here I'll say account name 100 x save. So platform event has been saved. If you're new to platform event, I would say that go to my other videos where I teach the basic of platform event, and where I tell that how platform events are created and how they are published and how they are subscribed. In this, I'll just quickly show how we are publishing this event and how we are going to receive in Java application. So this is the API name which ends with underscore underscore e. Now I'm going to publish this on the creation of account. I will write the code in Apex account trigger. Let me go to account. And let's go to trigger. So let me quickly write a code here. Uh, I will not try to write bulkified code, just for simplicity, and to do it quickly I'll just write a simple code. So let me get the account ID equals to, we are writing on after insert, so I'll just say trigger dot new dot ID and string account name equals to trigger dot new dot name, and our platform event name was account underscore underscore e act event new. This we will just write it as if we are going to insert an s object. Now act event dot, let's say this was the name. Let's say account name. I'm not going to send ID, so this code is not needed, but I'll just leave it as is. And only thing I need to do, event bus dot publish. Here I will use act event, and that is it. Only at the time of after insert, and let's keep it simple, only at time of after insert this will be published. And now let's subscribe to this event which we have just created. So this is Eclipse IDE. I've already installed it. In the last of the video I'll tell you some steps which I performed to install this Eclipse, and before that I also installed Maven Apache, which is used for this EMP connector. Um, when I installed this IDE, then I just simply went and clicked on import, and in import I clicked on existing Maven project and I clicked on next. Here I went to this EMP connector. So in this, once I clicked on this select folder, I clicked on next, and this is the pom.xml which was there in this folder. All you need to do, click on add project and click on finish. That's it. Once you do this, your project will be created here like it is shown here. Now in this one, you need to go to login example, right click on here and go here run as run configuration. I'm going again. Here you have to click on run as run configuration. So on this one, you need to click on arguments. Here in this arguments, it look for three things. One is your user ID, which is the user ID you use to connect into Salesforce org, and then your password along with your security token. So I'll choose here my password. Actually, this is I'm putting any temporary password, so I'm going to change it. So it's a password along with the security token, and after that you need to provide event which we have created, which is account underscore underscore e, and then you have to click on run. So let me just update to my uh, another correct password and then I'll click on run. I'll pause this video. So as soon as I clicked on run with my correct password, I see I'm subscribed to this account underscore underscore e, and this is the replay ID -1. So let me create account in Salesforce and see whether we get payload information here or not. Now I will create an account, and after, as we have written a trigger after insert, it will publish that platform event and we should be able to subscribe in our ID Java ID Eclipse. So let me try to create an account here. Test demo August 30th. There's no other required field, so I'll just click on save. And now I will go here and check. If you see here, I've received this message and with the account name as test demo August. So same, now they can retrieve this information, and now our this Java application is connected with Salesforce event, and on any platform event publish, payload or message will be received on Java application. The same thing can be done for change data capture or push topic as well as generic event. The steps I basically perform to do this CometD subscription, I first install this Java development kit, and after installing, uh, if you already have installed, you can verify it. You just have to write Java slash space slash hyphen version, and then it will tell you that okay, you have this JDK installed. One, I think one, and then you have to install Maven Apache, sorry Apache Maven, and you can test this also like this. So it means that it also has been installed successfully. So if you are wondering how to install Apache Maven, you just need to go their website, and there they will tell you the download and installation instruction. The most important thing for this to work is the environmental variable, where I had to do some configurations. Let me show you those variables. Two important variables I set. One was Java home and second one was path. So I'll show you. So you have to make sure that Java home points to your JDK file. This is very important. And then you need to set up your Maven home, another variable. Let me show you what I set up. So wherever you install your Apache Maven, it should point to that folder. And third thing I set up is path. So I made sure that the ignore the first one. The second one is important. I made sure that percentage Java home and it's slash bin. And similarly, the second thing which is important is this one, Maven home bin. And Java home, you already know we have set up this. And if your Java home is successfully set or not, you can check it like this: echo percentage Java underscore home. So after you set this up, if you immediately see in command prompt, it might not reflect. So you need to close your command prompt and open again and then type this again. So once you do all this setup, then go to Eclipse and import Maven project, which is the folder EMP connector, as I showed in the demo. So that's how you can do it and use EMP connector to connect with your Salesforce and start receiving event messages. One thing important I forgot to tell is that you need to download this EMP connector, which is provided by Salesforce on this GitHub force.com. Download that in one of your folders and then use Eclipse to import that by just going here, File, Import, and you need to make sure that you use existing Maven project and then click Next. You need to browse to that EMP folder, then the pom.xml will come and then click this and then click on finish. Then whole project will be uploaded here, and after that you need to provide username and password to connect with your Salesforce application and provide the event name you want to subscribe to. Thank you guys for watching my video.